I walked into the hospital with legs to come out with nothing. It was just horrifying. In October 2015, I felt very anxious.
Beginning, I thought it was something else, she was overthinking it, something more minor. And she would have trouble breathing, going to sleep, she would feel like she was suffocating.
I wasn't feeling well, I felt like my heart was coming out of my chest. And I'm like, can't you see it? Like, it's popping out, like it's right here, I could feel it.
They sent her to the hospital, and then that's when she actually got diagnosed.
From what I recall, the nurse saying, I can't find a beat. And I'm like, but I feel my heart racing, how can you not find a beat? And she's like, it's not a beat exactly, it's like more of a gallop. They told me, well, we see that you have a torn aorta and you have heart failure. And I just was, that can't be true. How is this possible if I'm like very active and played sports? That's not me, like there's nothing wrong with my heart. When they first mentioned about a transplant was back in 2016. I could eventually have a transplant in the far future.
But depending on pretty much the condition of her heart over time and how she's going to be able to adapt to it, it was going to be sooner or later. And we happened to touch the bases sooner.
Back in July, I was retaining a lot of fluid and I gained about 30 to 40 pounds. They ended up putting me on the heart transplant list, and sure enough, a month later, they found one perfect for me. A few days later, I ended up getting my gallbladder removed. That's when my husband noticed the discoloration in my legs and my arms as well.
I noticed her feet, the temperature of her feet, they were really, really cold, like freezing cold.
I ended up getting necrosis, so that's the discoloration of the legs. There was consenting to get my amputation, and if it weren't for my husband, my arms would be in that position as well. I went under surgery again, and when I came out of surgery, I had these two big old boots on my legs. In that moment where I was in awe of life, I guess it flashed before my eyes where I'm going to be stuck in a wheelchair the rest of my life. I wasn't very confident in myself. My social worker, Ricky, she suggested Cal Rehab because that's who they work with and that they would do good for me.
I remember opening up her chart and looking for her admission date. When did she first come here? I kept scrolling down, and I kept scrolling down, and I kept scrolling down. It turns out she had been in the hospital for over 6 months.
Just reading through that chart, I did not know how much she would be able to do on day one, but she popped right out of the bed with some help, but we were able to do it. She took her shower for the first time in 7 months, she told me.
She had a horrendous hospitalization, numerous complications, prolonged ICU stays, surgeries.
In terms of the pace of her recovery was a lot faster than we had anticipated. I think it really helped that she was young, but really she put in the work.
Pretty much what Ricky said to me was, if you put in the work, you'll go home sooner than you know it. And that's exactly what I did when I got to Cal Rehab.
She never said no, she was always game.
Jessica was here around 3 weeks. In the grand scheme of things, given what she'd been through for 6 months, plus at the other hospital, being here for 3 weeks is a relatively short snippet of time, and we saw a ton of progress.
I guess in my mind I've always had my kids, my husband, my family in mind. Without Cal Rehab, I wouldn't have the confidence I do right now. When I first transferred myself from the bed to the wheelchair on my own, and in that moment, I guess I had doubted myself. After that day, I was able to transfer myself. Now I'm confident in doing it, sometimes even on my own.
I have big goals for Jessica, and I want Jessica to really have no barriers for her. Whatever she wants to do, I want to figure out what those things are and how to make her accomplish that. There's a lot of rehabilitation still to go. We took Jessica a long way, and she worked incredibly hard to get herself better. But that's only the first step. I want to get her up and walking. I want to get her playing with her kids. I want her running after her 2-year-old.
But the goal is that eventually, after home therapy, she does eventually progress to outpatient physical therapy, more of that prosthetic training and things like that.
Cal Rehab, they did an amazing job with her. They really defeated my timelines, and I'm very excited to see her accomplish whatever she has in mind and her goals.